Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of Mike's Geek Corner with your host, Mike Quevedo. And today, as this year has been the 80th anniversary of Batman, I pick up to review for you all the 1991 trade paperback of Batman the Cult, which collects the 4-part miniseries published by DC in 1988 by the same name. It's written by Jim Starlin, illustrated by Wrightson, and it's colored by Wray. And this one I consider to be one of the best Batman stories, from the 80s. You know, I would sum it up as this. Before we saw anything that we eventually went on to see in Nightfall and in No Man's Land. All of that drama, all that that element of danger we saw first here in Batman the Cult. And you'll see what I mean. After investigating the murder of a number of criminals in Gotham, and then being badly wounded by a gunshot trying to halt a crime, Batman is taken captive beneath the sewers by the homeless followers of the mysterious and influential cultist shaman, Deacon Joseph Blackfire, who is believed to be immortal. The Dark Knight has his wound tended and is also chained as he is fed drugged food, which through a span of several days helps convert the Caped Crusader to Blackfire's religious propaganda of cleansing Gotham of its criminal element by deadly means. Eventually, after a raid by Blackfire's cult goes not exactly as efficiently planned, Batman, still dazed, wanders off and finds undrugged food, and after some sleep, awakens with his memory refreshed about the events that led him to his present situation. Jason Todd, aka Robin, had been tracking Batman since his capture and finds Batman after the latter had made another escape from a recapture by Blackfire's underworlders, and both flee the sewers. Deacon Blackfire takes over a TV station where he states that he will be taking reins on the government of Gotham, suggesting this being the only way to impede the criminal world from controlling the city. After politicians are assassinated by Blackfire's devotees and Commissioner James Gordon is hospitalized by the same group, a state of emergency is declared and the city is evacuated. Batman has to recuperate from the treatment at the hands of Blackfire before he can attempt to restore Gotham's stability and confront Deacon Blackfire. So let's talk about the writing. I think Jim Starlin brings to Batman the Cult that same type of non-formulaic approach that he had already inserted in the regular Batman titles at that time. By introducing new antagonists as opposed to recycling the classic Rogues Gallery, and also touch upon contemporary subject matter like Cold War politics in the 10 Nights of the Beast storyline, where he introduced a cagey beast, as well as touching upon the subject of rape and serial murders in The Diplomat's Son and The Dumpster Killer, respectively. Here in The Cult, Starlin uses the subject matter of poverty, homelessness, corruption, and religion to tell a very compelling Batman story where we see the Dark Knight at one of his most vulnerable, if not his most vulnerable point. Starlin also gives us a very solid new villain in the form of Joseph Blackfire, where in 10 Nights of the Beast he gave us a villain in the form of the cagey beast who was a potent physical threat to Batman. With Blackfire he gives us a villain who is as enigmatic as our hero, and also, more importantly, an intellectual threat with his conman charisma to push his agenda. Think of someone like Stephen King's villain in The Stand, Randall Flagg, in a way. That's how I would compare Deacon Blackfire. And speaking of Stephen King, I think the element of danger here in The Cult is quite parallel to the one in Children of the Corn, if you read the King story or watched the 80s film. And also to get effect, Jason Todd is used here effectively. In other words, that he's not a pest here like in other stories, so that's quite a plus. Now the art, well, again, I talked in my other reviews. I've talked about Wrightson. He's incomparable. His art perfectly renders the brutal and eerie atmosphere of this dark tale. Enhanced by Bill Ray's colors, which very much bring to mind the visuals of a John Carpenter movie or a Tobe Hooper movie. Think of like Escape from New York or The Fog. Those type of colors, or Tobe Hooper's The Fun House. Have you seen that movie? Those type of colors. Those come to mind in this comic. Now, there's an undeniable Dark Knight Returns approach here, with its use of TV news panels, and it's the aspect of Batman battling savage anarchists terrorizing Gotham, which some might appreciate, others might find too derivative. I, for one, don't really mind at all. So this is a story I think any Batman fan should check out. It probably has some dated trappings for younger readers, but it's still sharp enough to be an effective page turner. And so go pick it up. You can find it at Amazon or eBay, or maybe your local comic store can order it for you. So it's out there. Happy hunting. And be on the lookout for the review for the unofficial sequel of Batman the Cult, which is actually a Punisher story called Punisher POV. Be on the lookout for that, and also possibly before the year ends, I might do a Batman book, another Batman book. So if you like, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed, give it a like. Make sure you leave your comments down below, and make sure you subscribe. And I'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.